In 2020, you experienced how annoying shortages could be. No toilet paper, no disposable diapers, fuel, lumber, or computer chips. All of these shortages are very annoying. But what if you needed your heart medication, your asthma inhaler, or your transplant medication and it wasn't available? What would you do? Today we will be discussing the worst case scenario. Good morning, health-minded people. I'm Dr. Snow, and I teach you to be in charge of your own health, because other than God, no one knows as much about you as you should. 2020 was a very strange year. In addition to, and probably because of the healthcare crisis that was going on, we experienced all kinds of shortages. While our grandparents used the Sears and Roebuck catalog as toilet paper in the outhouse, we couldn't even find that. Shelves in the store were bare, and if you could find a package of toilet paper, it might cost you $15 when it was only $5 in 2019. And as annoying as the shortages were because they made life inconvenient, drug shortages for life-saving medications can be deadly. Drug shortages are nothing new, but the list of shortages grows every day. And while you should never stop any medication without the direction of your personal physician, do you have a backup plan in case your blood pressure medication makes the out-of-stock list? First, I would like to suggest that you find a functional medicine physician to manage your medications and who is also familiar with herbal medicines that might support your conditions. I will leave a link in the description below to the website that will help you find a functional medicine doctor in your area. Discussing herbal alternatives for every prescription medication is beyond the scope of this video, but you might want to consider growing these herbs if you have high blood pressure. Basil contains eugenol, a natural calcium channel blocker that helps relax blood vessels and lowers blood pressure. Parsley has a high concentration of carotenoids, which studies have shown to lower blood pressure, decrease LDL cholesterol, and decrease inflammation. Raw garlic, not cooked, has been shown in multiple studies to lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels. It also has antibiotic properties. Other herbs that are antimicrobial include elderberry, calendula, and echinacea. Since there are many antibiotics that are on the unavailable list, you may want to consider planting these in your garden. Lobelia has been used for hundreds of years to treat asthma attacks. Lobelia works by relaxing the bronchioles of the lungs. If you suffer from asthma or COPD, you may want to consider keeping a bottle of Lobelia tincture in your medicine cabinet in case you're not able to get your albuterol inhaler. If you have an inhaler, use it when needed. But albuterol inhalers have been on the backorder list on and off for years, so having a backup may be wise. You can grow lobelia in your yard. It is a pretty plant with either a pale blue or bright red flower. But if you plan to use this for asthma attacks, make sure that you've made it into a tincture ahead of time so that it is ready to use in case of a crisis. You don't want to take 20 minutes to make a tea if you are in an emergency. Tinctures will last for years as long as they are protected from light. Elecampane is another plant that you can grow in your yard. It is an expectorant, which means it breaks up mucus in your lungs, which can be another issue with asthma or COPD. What if you have congestive heart failure and your pharmacy can't supply your furosemide? Herbs that have diuretic effects include dandelion, nettle, and parsley. It might be a good idea to have some of these growing in your yard, just in case. If you're learning something new, please hit that like button. Herbs that can help with pain without being addictive like so many prescription medications include peppermint, which can be made into a tea or tincture to be used for many types of pain. If you have muscle pain or fatigue often, you can make peppermint into a liniment to be used topically and it will keep indefinitely, unlike teas which will last for 3 or 4 days in the refrigerator. Peppermint contains menthol, which is the active ingredient in many over-the-counter pain creams. Valerian is a flower that you can easily grow in your yard. It is used as a muscle relaxant for strained or sprained muscles. The medicine is in the root, but be advised that valerian root smells like a 7th grader who took his 3-week-old gym socks and stuffed them full of dead fish. It is not pleasant, but it can be very effective. By the way, if you're on any medication for a chronic disease such as high blood pressure, heart arrhythmias, asthma, or especially type 1 diabetes, it is a good idea to have a backup supply of your medications in case they end up on the short list. Most insurance companies will allow you to refill your medications 3 to 5 days early, although some will make you wait until you only have 2 days left. And if you get 3 months at a time, you can usually refill them about 14 days early. I suggest that you refill your maintenance meds as early as you're allowed every month to stockpile extra medication, so if the supply chain breaks down, you have enough to hopefully get you through. If you fill your medications 5 days early every month for 12 months, you'll end up with an extra 2 months supply by the end of the year, and you can ride out most drug shortages. Even if you don't use your rescue inhalers often, make sure you have an extra 3 inhalers on hand, just in case. Oh, and don't forget to rotate your stock so that your backup medication is still in date. Can you see how having a backup plan might save your life in these uncertain times? If you've learned something new about how plants can help support health conditions, but want more information on herbal medicine that you can grow at home, click here now. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any new information. Thank you for joining me today to learn how important being prepared is so you don't end up in a health crisis. Stay healthy. Go plant that elderberry bush. And have a blessed week.